What's up guys, and welcome back to Tech Plan. Today we're going to be making some sort of thing. Let's check it out. Alright, well initially this was supposed to be for a completely different video, but I've been trying to grow some Anthurium gracile, I don't know how to pronounce the second word, maybe not even the first word, but anyways, I've noticed a ton of this like random grass has been growing and I don't want it to really interfere with my seedlings, so I started plucking it out. I do really like the actual look of this grass. It seems kind of neat and it gets really long fibers, and I just didn't want to throw it out because I do kind of enjoy the look. So as I was kind of plucking it out and it was building up and I had some extra sphagnum moss sitting around, I thought of kind of an interesting idea. A long time ago I kind of bought some supplies to try and make one of those Kokedama like hanging ball planter things, but I never got around to actually do it, so I figured I could take this grass and kind of make a really miniature one. Now if you want to kind of repeat this video, you're going to have to find some kind of grass variety that grows easily, or if you just have some other random pest plant that kind of bothers you, if you have enough of it you can kind of bunch it together and kind of create what I'm creating. A lot of my sphagnum moss has been kind of sitting there receiving tons of light, and I've been spraying a lot of nutrients on it for these seedlings, so it's growing a lot of that green moss, which should be good for this Kokedama ball because I'm hoping it'll kind of bleed through and cause the string to turn green over time. As far as the string choice, I just have some sort of like natural fiber string that I'm using. You could probably use just about anything for this as long as it kind of holds water and kind of grips onto itself nicely, because you're going to be wrapping this around and you kind of want it to kind of grip on itself so it doesn't slip and unravel. Really, to kind of get these started, I don't know how they kind of do it in the other videos, but for me, I just kind of balled it up in my hand and really focused the plants towards the top because that's kind of where it's going to be sticking out of. But I don't really know exactly how you do this on a bigger scale. Luckily, this does fit in the palm of my hand. But the sphagnum moss fibers are pretty long, so they kind of self-hold themselves together, if that makes any sense. So you just got to kind of start wrapping around. Luckily, the sphagnum moss is pretty kind of spongy, so it pushes back a little bit, so it gives you kind of the tension you need to keep wrapping. It's hard to describe the technique I'm using because I don't really know what technique I'm using, but really I'm trying to come up to the base of the kind of grass, wrap it around about halfway, and then I kind of come back down along the bottom to kind of pull that up, and then back up to the top again, and then I wrap it around another like kind of half turn around the grass, just to really kind of like give it that structure around the top where the grass is, while also kind of filling in under the bottom. Now randomly in between there you can do some side wrapping to kind of keep the sides in, but really if you just keep repeating the pattern it will kind of cover itself. Now to finish this off, I kind of made this up myself. I don't know how you actually do this because I haven't really watched a good detailed video about that, but I will for any future videos when I actually go like full on with this like Kokedama ball thing, which I really still want to do in the future. But anyways, what I did was just use the tweezers to kind of pull this twine underneath another tight piece. And then finally, to really kind of like solidify it, I took the one end and I kept tying knots to make it kind of big, and then towards the bottom I pulled it tight and I kind of made a little hole or opening between the twine, and I just jammed it kind of in there deep, and then I let the twine kind of close back over the outside, and then the knot is kind of too large to pull back through, if that makes any sense, and with the tension of the sphagnum moss everything holds. Once I got it all tied up, I did want to put it on kind of a little nice tray with some pebbles underneath it. I'm just using some like kind of like orchid clay balls. I don't even know what you'd call these, but I thought it would look nice on a little tray and it would allow it to kind of leach up water at a better rate. This was just such a neat little thing to do, only because originally I was going to throw that grass out, but I'm really happy I could repurpose it to make some sort of little like pet grass ball. I don't know how else to explain it, but I think it's kind of cute and I really do like it. It just goes to show sometimes things that kind of irritate you or get in the way, you can kind of repurpose them into something nice. Well guys, that pretty much sums up this video. It was short, sweet, and kind of odd, but I did like how it turned out. The thing is pretty darn cute. I just like the way it sits there with kind of the grass like frilly hair sticking out, and I kind of hope that over time it kind of mosses over, turns nice and green, and then we kind of get like grass shoots coming out of everywhere. I think it'll look cool as it ages, and I'll try and keep you guys up to date with that. Well guys, as always, may your plants grow strong and healthy. I will see you next time.